But Deon got that shit on him.
Let me up.
Oh, okay.
But they spend thousands of dollars on prom, but can't even bury their children. We can't bury our children. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine if you are new here. If you're new to the channel, of course, hit that subscribe button. Turn your notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. A lot of discussions that I have and I talk about in this channel really hits home for me, especially when it comes to children. You know, if the topic is centered around kids, and y'all know that this channel is basically focused on the youth and what we as the adults are exposing them to. But a lot of this stuff that I come across and that I'm discussing and that I'm talking through, I am really trying to navigate, not in the space of fear for my children, but cautious, uneasy at times, because the Black community has lost the community. There is not a large community dynamic amongst Black people because we are more focused on status, going viral, being a known name, having the latest designers, than we care about our own children. So as I've said many times before, what your kids do influences other children. And that starts at home. That starts with who is raising them, you know, what they're being exposed to. We cannot sit around and pretend like what our children do each and every day has a reflection on anybody else's child. And that is the part that really makes me a little bit uneasy when I think about my children going into the world and what they're going to be exposed to and what they're being exposed to, shall I say. They're being exposed each and every day they walk out this house. And that doesn't take away the fact that we can be the best parents and they can still be exposed and go down the wrong path. We know that to be true. But because we have lost the community, because we don't care about family structure, we are killing our own children. I'm going to just say it. We are killing our own Black children in so many ways. Killing them mentally, physically, emotionally. These kids can't read. They can't read. They can't think for themselves. They don't know how to use critical thinking. The schools don't care about our children. They don't. They've shown us that many, many years that they don't care. But the reason that I believe they also don't care and don't even pretend to care anymore is because they see that we don't care at all ourselves. Being an educator, there's nothing like being an educator, because especially working in an urban community with, you know, primarily Black children, Black families, and also working in child welfare and just experiencing that, y'all, when I say I realized so many kids didn't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. Like, they don't stand a chance at all. This child was going to be who he or she was going to be, no matter what we said or did, because of who is raising him or her. What the conversations are like. Having a mother call you and curse you out because they child can go to prom, but they're felon and they know they're felon, shows the lack of care for our children, because she cares more about her image. She cares more about what the people in the neighborhood are going to think about her and the type of mother that she is, because she's a good mother. She do for her kids. Her kids don't want for nothing. That's what she cares more about. So she's gonna curse me out that her child can't go to prom. Her child is you know, don't meet the qualifications because the child is felon, but the felon part don't matter. That doesn't matter. She's known her child can't read for years. Does she care? Did she care? No. No. Because we don't care about the true success of our children. We are so individualized. And again, like I said, we don't have no community. We don't have any structure. We have a very much like we're living in the times of everything is for social media. It's all for social media. And we know that in the Black community, if you wanna do it up, if you wanna really make a name for yourself, throw the biggest prom. Throw the biggest prom and let's see what happens. Let's see who's the big dog in the neighborhood. Let's see who got the most money. When did we become these people? When? Our children are being pushed into the world to be somebody that they don't even know how to be or even want to be. But again, we are killing our own children by trying to make them who we want them to be, which ain't nothing productive. I love the fact that my husband and I can have such honest, raw conversations about anything at all, especially when it comes to, the children, the effect on it, the influence, our own upbringing, our own influence, him being influenced, way that he was influenced, even being raised by two parents, married couple in the home and still was influenced by the outside world, but able to acknowledge that that was a heavy, heavy influence. But you still had that balance, you had that balance. But because you have parents, they don't care about balance. They care more about, like I said, having the Maybach pull up at the prom, but the whole time their child can't read. Their child is going to fail, and they know that already. So again, because of the lack of family structure in Black community, nobody's able to tell anybody what to do, right? And I think if we were able to tell people what to do in a way that they can receive it, we would save a lot of money. We would avoid a lot of issues, and our children would be in better positions if we were able to allow other people to tell us when we were right and we were wrong about how we're navigating, right? I want to just show y'all this just to, for this concept of this conversation. And this is a little bit different, type of video, but my husband and I were talking about this tonight, and I was just like, I can't go to bed with this on my mind. This is so heavy, and it's so I just need to let it out. And I want to share this with y'all. This baby killed after prom.
That's how you coming on the nigga? Alright, tell him to add him up. Add him up. Nigga lose count around this bitch.
But Deon got that shit on him.
Nigga let me up.
Oh, okay.
This is the stuff that really, like I said, it really hits me, because that baby did not have to go out like that. None of that was necessary. Him losing his life because that family promotes, encourages, let's be flashy. Let's show everybody what we got. our child, the high school prom, this baby need to have a stack of money. And this is what we see all of a sudden. They got stacks of money in their hand. Like they're some type of rappers, drug dealers, gangbangers. Why? Why are we creating this? Why have we turned prom? It's supposed to be a fun, lovely night. Now, of course, anything can always happen. The reason I say that we are killing our own babies because we are putting targets on our own children's back because of our own ignorance and foolishness and our ego.
That little boy who was shot on his prom night because he was caught flexing a big wad of money is the parents' fault. And I'm going to say it's the parents' fault because I understand we want to celebrate our babies, y'all. And I no disrespect to the parents. It's just something that we have to be mindful of. Like, my sincerest condolences to them. But this should be a cautionary tale for future, children and parents. Yeah, you want to celebrate your child and give your child the best, give your child a life that you never had. But the dangers that's out here for our children, we need to be aware of it. We need to take heed to it. We know they're going to want flex. We know they're going to want show off. We know they're going to want enjoy themselves. But we as parents and adults have to set a level of, you know what, this ain't for everybody. I'm not about to put a target on my child back, flexing on wide of cash. Not unless you got money to hire security or you're thoughtful enough to hire security for the protection of your child. Y'all, listen, this is a sad, sad story. And unfortunately, it happens too often. And it ain't even just for little kids. It's for big, grown-ass adults, too. How many adults we've seen done flex money and then people done pulled up on them while they were still on live? It's just something that I think our culture, needs to stop. Like, celebrate, but being caught with that wad of cash, man, it's just heartbreaking because it was a senseless death.
This baby is dead because nobody in the community had enough sense to say, or maybe they did and they didn't want to hear it. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. We know what y'all got. They know what y'all doing. Let's not amp it up and put a target on this baby's back. But because this has become the norm, because we are all about being flashy and again wanting to show everybody else up and we want to go viral. You went viral. You're going viral and your child is dead. These babies don't stand a chance. He's dead after going to prom.
He just wanted to enjoy himself, and that's what I work hard for.
His mother, Precious Sherman, heartbroken, joined by Deon's sisters, grandmother, cousins, aunts, and godparents, finding strength to speak on his behalf.
Why couldn't he be at the gas station or at a store before he went off for prom and enjoy himself? It's just unbelievable that these people can keep walking around here and taking these babies, and they took mine for no reason.
Green, black, and white balloons in remembrance of his 17 years of life.
Very loving family, very caring family, and we just wanted to let them know that we got their back. We are here to let our city know we got to do better.
Hugs, tears, and cries for justice for the teen who his mom says was a homebody who enjoyed playing video games, basketball, and babysitting for his young nephew.
Why is it so silent? And it has to be all of these words and opinions from other people instead of the justice. Justice for my son. Money or...
Accepting her baby diploma with a smile.
Help honor the memory of a bright young soul lost too soon. The family faces immense grief and unexpected expenses. Support Precious and honor Deon's memory with your contribution. Stand with Precious. Donate now.
He is dead. And it's just like, he don't know. He's doing what he think is cool. And my mama, my daddy, whoever raising him, whoever is the guardian, didn't say not to do it. We're promoting it. We're taking pictures. He's dead. I just think it is so, like, I can't imagine, his mother, his parents, his, whoever is the family, that one minute we're celebrating his prom, flashing money, and the next minute you're making a GoFundMe to bury your child. This is the problem. You're flashing, this baby is flashing tons of money, I don't know how much, in his hand, to now you need a GoFundMe to raise money to bury this baby. But they spend thousands of dollars on prom but can't even bury their children. We can't bury our children. But we got the latest shoes, the flashiest cars, all these things. Because we don't care about our family structure, our community. We don't care. We care about things that don't matter. You're sending your child out here to look like he's some type of, in some music video. He's a high school student. He should be preparing to go to college, do whatever he's doing in his next phase of his life. Not this. Not this. And this is all we are producing. Super tough. We really have lost the entire plot. And as I said, we don't have, the community is screwed up. We spend thousands of dollars on prom. Our kids go to college. You ain't got not a single ounce of money. Can't pay the tuition. They're coming home early because you don't got the money to pay it. God forbid something happens to them. We don't even have money to bear. We don't even have life insurance. We don't have life insurance because you weren't thinking about your child. You were thinking about yourself. You were thinking about what you can do to make your followers go up. Not the success of your child. But this is where we are, and it is heartbreaking. And as a mother raising my children and my Black son, to see this was just like, there's no way. My condolences goes out to the family. But we as a Black people in our Black communities, we are killing our own children because of our own selfish, egotistical, not wanting to come together. We don't want to work together. We don't want to, we are really, and we keep having these babies. These babies keep being born. That's for a fact. But they're being born in chaos, dysfunction, and they're just another pawn in the game. And that's the heartbreaking thing about all this. These babies didn't actually be here. Like I said, the schools don't care about our kids. They don't care because they know that we ain't going to do much to make them care. We don't fight for our kids' education. We don't come up to the school to be present. We only fight when it's too late. It's too late. The school district of Philadelphia just closed 17 schools. 17 schools. The parents protesting after the schools, when they announced they're going to close, but the school's been suffering. The schools ain't have no air conditioning. The kids been not learning. If we were paying attention, if we were aware, we go up to the school. I think, what school year was it? Maybe last year? Maybe 2 years ago, my son, I think it was 2 years ago, his teacher had left beginning of the school year, like super early. And he was telling me like he didn't know what was going on and they didn't have no teacher. And I'm like, oh no, I'm going to email the CEO of the school. That's what I'm doing. I'm emailing the CEO because the principal to get back to me, I'm going to email. And I'm going to go up to the school because I need to know, what are y'all doing? Is it going to be a substitute coming into school? Is it going to be a permanent sub? Is it going to be a permanent teacher? What is happening? Because my son is telling me that they're not doing nothing in class. There's no teacher. Every day is a different person. What's happening? Show up, and let's hear our kids' concern. Let's ask what's going on. Let's figure out what we need to do before it's too late. They don't care about our kids because we don't. And they see what we prioritize. They care more about prom. They don't care about these schools. We can do whatever we want. They don't, that's not their priority. They care about the prom. And that's what they're watching. Us go broke. They're watching us go broke. And again, we fight so hard to not come together. We as women think we know it all. We think we have the end-all be-all recipe, and we think that we could just do this by ourselves, and we know that we can't. We know we can't. We know we can't. This is hard. This is heavy. This is the reality, though, of our children and a lot of our communities. But the true Black community as a whole is suffering. Our children are dying, again, mentally, physically, emotionally. They're dying at the hands of our own actions, of our poor parenting, of our lack of good decision making. And everybody's watching us prioritize things that don't matter over what really does. And a young man has lost his life because of how he presented himself and flashed himself, his items, his things on his prom, night of his prom, at the after party. And I'm probably in the hood, in the neighborhood, whatever. So again, my condolences. Share your thoughts, y'all, on this topic. This is, again, very heavy, very tough, but very real. My husband and I were just talking about just having more conversation in this way of just really like where we are from my opinion on things, and came across that video, that story, and I just couldn't. It's just stuck. I really can't. I have to get this out because it's so heavy. So I hope you guys receive this video well. And yeah, let's share your thoughts. Drop it in the comments, of course. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next episode soon. Bye.